Podcast title: The Boardroom Blueprint. Tagline: Insights into corporate governance, board leadership, and ethical business strategy. Episode focus: Information flow to the board. Getting the right information, not more information. Welcome to the Boardroom Blueprint, your insight into corporate governance, board leadership, and ethical business strategy. I'm your host, Sriwam, your guide to better governance. Today, we're focusing on one of the most practical and most underestimated levers of effective governance: information flow to the board, and why independent directors must insist on the right information, not more information. Let's begin. Independent directors rely almost entirely on the quality of information they receive. They are not inside the organization. They do not see day-to-day operations. Their ability to govern depends on whether board materials illuminate risk or obscure it. One of the most common failures in governance is the overloaded board pack. Lengthy documents, excessive detail, and unfocused reporting can create a false sense of comfort. When everything is included, nothing stands out. Risk becomes buried under volume. Independent directors should be wary of board packs that prioritize completeness over clarity. Effective information highlights what has changed, what is emerging, and what requires judgment. It does not simply describe activity. Another critical issue is the absence of early warning indicators. By the time financial results deteriorate, governance has already failed. Independent directors should push for leading indicators, not just lagging ones. These may include customer complaints, staff turnover, control breaches, cyber incidents, safety metrics, or regulatory interactions. Early signals often sit outside traditional financial reporting. Dashboards can help, but only if they are used wisely. Dashboards provide structure and comparability, but they can also oversimplify reality. Green indicators may mask growing risks. Red flags may be normalized. Independent directors should treat dashboards as prompts for inquiry, not substitutes for discussion. This is where narratives matter. Context, explanation, and judgment are essential. Numbers tell you what happened. Narratives explain why and what might happen next. Strong governance requires both. Independent directors must also be clear on what to push back on. They should challenge reports that are consistently optimistic, metrics that never change, data without benchmarks, summaries without underlying evidence, and presentations that explain performance but avoid accountability. Pushback is not confrontation, it is governance in action. The quality of information flow is ultimately a reflection of culture. Organizations that value transparency provide clear, candid reporting. Those that fear scrutiny provide volume, complexity, or reassurance. Independent directors play a critical role in setting expectations. By demanding clarity, relevance, and honesty, they elevate not just board discussions, but organizational discipline. Good governance does not depend on knowing everything. It depends on knowing what matters. Thank you for listening to the Boardroom Blueprint. Lead with integrity and govern with purpose.